good to see him back here at the Worlds.
So, I mean, how strong are his prospects for you?
That's what we're all looking to see. I mean, he hasn't had the best season so far. Lost here in June in the first round against Tommy Sugiarto. Lost to Vitatels in the first round of the Australian Open. Lost to Tommy Sugiarto as well in, I think it was India Open and so on. So he's had some losses. The thing is that this is the tournament that really gets the best out of Lin Dan. He's been playing for so many years. He's won pretty much everything. Not the Indonesian Open, though, but he's won pretty much everything. 2 Olympic golds, 5 World Championships, numbers of Thomas Cups and Sudirman Cups and so on. So what I'm trying to say is that the smaller tournaments, the smaller Super Series tournaments, is probably not enough to really get him going at this stage of his career. But this is the World Championships.
Yeah, it's a major, and this is, you know, you said to him at the start of 2015 what we be aiming at. I mean, obviously he wants to be part of a winning Sudirman Cup team, but on an individual level, this is it, the World Championship. That the next year will be the Olympics.
Yeah.
And then he'll say goodbye to the sport as probably one of the greatest ever. But this is the man who's got to say, the draw comes out, Sattawat PONGNAIRAT, and he goes, oh my goodness, not again. Because he faced him in the first round in 2013 at the World Championships. It's not fair, is it? You get Lin Dan twice in 3 years in round 1.
But then again, then you have some experience playing him.
Yeah, you know how much you got beaten the first time. Yeah. 21-6, 21-9 it was. Sattawat from New York, Thai parents, given the name Isa, probably stronger in the men's doubles than he is in the men's singles. And here he is up against the world number 5, former world number 1, Lin Dan. And, well, yeah, there's been a few early losses that you were just talking about there, Steen, but there's been some good moments as well. Not all has been lost for him in 2015.
And I think he showed some better form here at the Taiwan Grand Prix Gold, where he reached the semi-final in Dan. Lost in a very good match against Cho Qian.
Won the Asian Badminton Championships. There is that meeting in 2013. And there is our umpire, Harriet Senragabi. Atmosphere building up nicely now, isn't it? Andrea Chiappini is the service judge.
Ready to play? Les, ready to play?
Well, I think it's fair to say it's probably been one of the most testing years of Lin Dan's career so far, but he's not going to be a man to push the panic button, and it, after all, can still be a golden one if he can claim a 6th World Championship crown. And if he is to do so, it starts here against Sattawat PONGNAIRAT of the United States of America. Can the man from New York push Lin Dan here? Can he give him a
Ladies and
fight?
gentlemen, on my right, Lin Dan, and on my left, Sattawat PONGNAIRAT. Lin Dan serve, love all, play.
Well, we're into the last 12 months in what is really, I suppose, the greatest badminton career of them all, certainly in the men's singles. Lin Dan starts his... Well, it's not the defence of his World Championship crown, because, of course, he didn't play last year, but
It's over.
he hasn't lost at the World Championships since 2010. Sattawat takes the opening point now.
Let please.
Looks like there's a little bit of a problem with the scoring, but I assure you, Sattawat did take the opening point.
Let please. Let please.
That's why they're pausing here. Umpire just trying to reboot the system. Now, what's this button do?
he calls for the referee.
I always find switching it off and switching on again helps. Well, that's a bit of a shame, isn't it?
I tried that with my car and it didn't work.
It's the old computer trick, though, isn't it? Oh, if in doubt, switch it off. Computers are great when they work.
It's not changing. Okay.
And we're going to go to the old writing it down on a piece of paper scoring system for the time being. It's a pity, isn't it? Just got things going.
Okay.
And the umpires doesn't have a board here. Normally they have a board so they can simultaneously score manually.
That's all.
Who's in charge of scoring between us then, Steve? Is that me?
Yeah.
Okay, 1-1. We're back in business. Look at that. So is Lin Dan. 2 good points.
1.
I spoke too soon. I mean,
3, 1.
I don't know. Father time, some saying catching up with Lin Dan. Is there an aura of the invincibility? Is that waned with what's happened in the last year? So does Sattawat come out with a little different approach than he would have done 2 years ago?
4, 1.
I don't know if he comes out with different attitudes, Sattawat, because I think for him, Lin Dan is still invincible. But for the players around him in the world ranking, he's not invincible anymore.
5, 1.
But you always have this thing, this is a big event, and I don't really think Lin Dan is going to get any nervous or anything. He's just going to enjoy himself. So,
hold on, you say that. Surely he must get nervous.
1.
I don't think he'll get very nervous. I think he'll be the least nervous player here because he's won it 5 times. So
sure. What's he got to prove? Who's he proving it to?
It's just this is what is fun, playing the big events, the big matches.
Although on the flip side, it's his last World Championships.
We never know. We never know.
Well, he said, hasn't he? He said after the Olympics, that's it.
Yeah, but
he can change his mind, of course. But
there's all kinds of perspectives in that. What about if he wins the Olympics?
Well, what a way to bow out, no?
And another interesting thing is that he's playing with one manufacturer sponsor on his clothes, but the racket is a different manufacturer. He's got an individual contract with one of the big equipment manufacturers here, and also playling with the Chinese national team's equipment sponsor on his t-shirts.
7.
So what are you getting at?
There's probably quite a lot of money in this, in playing on.
But he's a rich man already, isn't he? Listen, I know that you can never have too much money, but I'm sure post a badminton career, he probably will have a lot of options open to him as well. But listen, if you're fit enough, strong enough, and the most important thing, though, you've got the will still. I mean, he's been doing this now in badminton terms a long time.
I think, though, that he needs to feel competitive at these big events. Otherwise, I don't think it's so fun.
Well, he's off to a convincing start here. 8-3 up.
3.
No speculation, of course. You can only go by his words, and well, he has said that after Rio that should be it.
Good flicker.
Service over. 4-9.
We'll look up there. As you say, it's not been the happiest of hunting grounds for him, the Stora Sattawat.
Service over. 10-4.
Did get a better draw last year, by the way, Sattawat. He played 3 World Championships, 2 of them he's been drawn now against Lin Dan first round. Got Jacob Milikil of South Africa last year in Copenhagen. That was a little bit different. And he won.
That also means he has a lot of points to defend regarding the Olympic qualification. It's going to be hard.
Yeah, 58th in the world is... Sorry, 72nd in the world he is. Pongnairat. And the interval, 11-4 for Lin Dan. Much as expected.
Yes, please.
Who started on your right side?
It was Lin Dan. Lin Dan on the right.
Who was started serving?
Lin Dan 7-7.
Fill in the scores like how you do it.
Okay.
Like 1 by 1.
Okay. Yes, please.
Of course, we saw the compatriot of Sattawat Pongnairat yesterday, Howard Chu, almost creating a big upset. So these two players fighting it out perhaps for the Olympic qualification spot for USA.
Yeah, I mean, Sattawat also has the men's doubles as well. He's with Philip Chu.
But it's really hard qualifying in the doubles categories. I think the best chance of qualifying in the men's doubles is that they can take the qualifying spot that goes to the Americas.
Well, they're the Pan Am champions. They just won gold in the Pan Am Games.
Yeah.
So there's a good chance they could do that. They're playing later against Govi Shim Tam Wee Kyung on this court. Is Sattawat alongside Philip Chu. Now, push this button here. That's it. And that's what it said in the manual.
Yeah.
You might hear a big cheer in a moment because, as I mentioned, there's Indonesian mixed doubles pair going on. But court number 4, Elisa Baktia and Gloria Manuela with Jaja, and they're just about to take the opening game.
Service over.
Another look up, just getting used to the conditions here, Lin Dan.
11.
You'd expect him to put that one away.
Yeah, but this match for Lin Dan is all about getting used to the conditions. We won't be able to tell anything from this match as to whether he's in really, really good shape. And a big contender for his 6th title, or he's playing like he's been doing the rest of the year and just a contender.
That's,
and he's had trouble in that corner. That has been
11.
sort of his weak corner throughout the year, his short forehand corner, Lin Dan. And when we say weak corner against him, that means that it's still very, very good.
just in comparison to the rest of his game.
Yeah.
Over. 12-6.
Brilliant. I mean, he's got a lot of respect, doesn't he, Lin Dan, obviously, for what I mean, you look at comparable careers in his time in other sports. Roger Federer, of course, still able to make a Wimbledon final, and then you've got someone like Tiger Woods who shows what can happen as well, although Tiger yet may come back, but you know, it's not easy to remain invincible and the man to beat.
No, he's a legend, and in my opinion, the best ever singles player in badminton.
Well, the medals speak
14,
loudly, don't they?
6.
Sorry?
The medals speak loudly. The tattoos, because he marks each one with a tattoo as well.
Yeah.
He's never short of a tattoo, is Lin Dan. He's got his wife's name on there, his body, his mother as well. And a star to go with each major.
15,
you can see them there on his left
6.
arm, maybe.
Thank you.
Of course, it's easier in some odd way of winning the World Championship nowadays than it was before. It was
True.
an event that were only played every third year in the beginning.
And then every 2 years,
and then every 2 years. And now it's a recurring event each year, except for the Olympics year.
But he's got 2 gold
16,
medals.
6.
He's got 2 golds.
And he might try and, well, he's going to try and make it number 3 in Rio.
Yeah. I think perhaps the more impressive thing is that he's lost so few matches.
6.
Not only has he won a lot of world championships and Olympic golds, but he's also won an awful lot of tournaments. And sometimes Lee Chong-wei must think back and say, hey, what if I'd been 5 years younger or 5 years older?
6.
He would have had a lot of titles then.
Yeah, I think something like 57 titles, I think, for Lin Dan. I mean, Lee Chong-wei's obviously had an amazing career as well. And
he's been playing more tournaments.
yeah.
$19.6.
Well, the game very much a workout. It is for Lin Dan. This is just wide. Well, I thought that was maybe worth a call, but
Play.
I'm assuming Hawkeye's working, even if the scoring's not working.
No, exactly. It's a little bit the same for PONGNAIRAT. The scoring's not working. Lin Dan doing all the scoring.
Yeah. That one, no dispute. That was well wide.
20 game
So game points for Lin Dan. It's not much of a contest, is it really? Let's be fair. Pretty much like the men's singles match we saw prior to that, but it's the way it goes sometimes in round one, as we were mentioning before.
Service over.
Sattawat's compatriot yesterday
20.
produced an excellent men's singles match. Almost caused a surprise, but no surprises here. Sattawat getting a couple of points extra on the board. And there you go, opening game. 21 points to 8.
First game won by
He has
Lin
broken
Dan.
sweat, but just Lin
21-8.
Dan. No answers from the American. Confirmation, 8 points only on the board for Sattawat. Lin Dan, the game to the good in round one of this World Championship 2015. Well, one would expect more of the same, really, in the second here.
Yeah. Again, I think we'll, as we saw with Sasaki, we'll see Lin Dan trying to get a good feel of the court, trying to find the baseline.
Level. Play.
Probably also the best player in the world to control the drift and drifty conditions.
Lin Dan wanted a challenge, but it was given out anyway. Didn't need to challenge it.
No. And probably Lin Dan is also hoping that Pongnairat is playing a little bit more free in this second game, putting him a little bit more under pressure, because if you're not really under any pressure, then it's hard adjusting to the conditions, because you'll be put under pressure in the later rounds in the tournament.
I was going to ask you that, because I mean the next round is a pretty good draw as well, really. When you know, David Obanostera or Daniel Paola, is going to be Lin Dan's opponent in round 2. I mean, not really you'd expect much of a test for him there either.
No, not beforehand at least. I don't think so. And it's always nice to get some manageable.
Is that good
first matches? I think perhaps Lin Dan would have wanted a little bit more opposition. But
listen, you never know.
No,
but it's Lin Dan, and this is the World Championships. You wouldn't expect those players to really cause him too many troubles. They'll have other ideas, of course.
I think matches where you're pretty confident of winning with like 16 or 17 in each game, that's what the players would prefer, because they get a good workout out of it.
Service over. 2-4. Service. 5-2. Play. Service over. 3-5.
Yeah, one thing we noticed, we get obviously our position. We got here about 8 o'clock, didn't we, this morning? An hour before. And Lin Dan was out here, I wouldn't say warming up, I mean just hitting a couple of shuttles, didn't he? Don't often see players warming up on the court prior to the date.
No, I don't think actually that they're allowed to enter the arena. They have to use the warm-up courts.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But he was out there. As I said, it wasn't a proper warm-up, was it?
No, it was just hitting a few shots. That's a good call.
7-3.
That's in.
9-3. Service over. 4,
Wasn't happy about that one, Lin Dan.
No. These are the situations that you just have to accept that once in a while your opponent makes good shots.
You'd still expect to get that back, though.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think he was just asking for the score.
4, 9. Play.
Great touch there
Service over.
from
10,
mid-court. Lin Dan plays it really close to the net.
There we go.
Interval.
Interval lead again is a very, very positive one for Lin Dan. 11-4. Having taken the opening game 21 points to 8. Contested, isn't? It's been a tough year for Sattawat, really, in terms of the singles first round exits pretty much everywhere. Russian Open most recently. Did get through to the second round at the Canadian Open,
Clock
but
1, 20 seconds.
and Challenge
Clock
event
1,
in Brazil,
20
got to the
seconds.
quarterfinals, but you go through his 2015 stats and well, they make pretty reasonable that, you know, Lin Dan's had a few first round exits as well this year.
11-4.
Happens to the best of them.
Play.
Yeah. 2 in a row. First Australia and then Indonesia. Very uncommon for him.
12-4.
Have you noticed how all the cameramen have appeared for this one?
Play.
Excellent clear from Lin Dan.
And that will give him some confidence, won't it, in terms of, you know, what he's looking at this match.
Service over.
Missed that one, though.
5-15.
Well, first hurdle is about to be cleared here
5.
by the 5-time world champion.
Pretty much one-way traffic, as we expected.
points required to make it into round 2.
Service over. 6-18.
So we don't learn much really from this, and I suppose he doesn't learn that much either.
No, no. But he's had some extra court time.
Looked like he went on the line that from Sattawat, but as you can see, Lin Dan wants a challenge.
Challenge.
I think at 21-8, 18-6 is not why bother.
Yeah.
But he's a competitor and he's a winner for a reason. He was wrong.
Lin Dan is challenging the line judge.
It was close, though.
I saw it, I too saw it on.
Paul was right.
Lin Dan is challenging the shot on the line.
Who wants to make a challenge?
Yes.
Okay, raise your left hand.
All right.
You're accepting the challenge?
Yes. No. I'm not accepting. Yes, I agree with the line judge. Yes.
I can't really hear what they're discussing.
I think it's to do with the challenge, because of course, well, I don't know if she's realised the challenge is made, because maybe it's on her monitor what the result is, and she hasn't.
Oh yeah.
She hasn't seen it, but we know the challenge has been made, and we know what the decision is. But unfortunately, that hasn't got through to the umpire here because her monitor isn't working. So she's got her hand up. Challenge was good. As in, the call was good. Sorry, the challenge wasn't good. The call was good. So the point goes to Sattawat. But I'm not sure if that's clear as far as the officials are concerned, or the
It's okay?
He's not challenging.
Lin Dan, I think, just said, let's just get on with it.
All right, thank you very much.
I mean, it's not a match in which I think the decision would matter one way or another, really.
8-18. This is 7-18. 9 for him. Okay. It's 9-18.
That's just long, is it? Yeah.
10-18.
I'm sure you got. I have the score on there. 18-10 it is. Make that 19-10.
That is over. 19-10. Service over. 11-19.
Been a strange kind of game, given the scoring problems and the various things and the one-sided nature of it all. And match points have arrived for the man who won this title in 2006, 2007, 2008, 2011 and 2013. And there is his first step towards a possible title in 2015. Lin Dan,
Thank you.
with a very comfortable win of 21-8, 21-11 against Sattawat PONGNAIRAT.
Match won by Lin Dan. 21-8, 21-11.
Job done. So the players make their way off court. We've got a women's singles match coming up next, but Lin Dan can take a few hours off at least. Wait to see who his opponent will be for round 2. It'll be David Obenostera or Daniel Paola. So you have to say 2 very straightforward men's singles matches so far. What do we get from the women's singles here on day 2? Maria Febe Kusumustuti up against Payu Po, and well, really, this one should be a lot tighter.
Yeah, I expect a really good match between these 2 players. The last of the seeded players, Maria Febe against the upcoming Payu Po in action yesterday, so a little bit of an advantage in terms of knowing the arena.
And handy for Maria Febe is all the attention's on her in some respect, because the mixed doubles pair I was telling you about earlier, they just won their match. So here comes Maria Febe and Payu Po. Febe Kusumustati, it's fair to say no real sign of a women's singles player at the moment making a real mark from Indonesia. She, I suppose, is the #1 hope. She is seeded after all, but call her a big hope, Steen, would you?
Yeah, she and Linda Fanetri, perhaps the 2 best Indonesian women's singles players at the moment, but need to spring a surprise to get a medal in this tournament. But I wouldn't really rule that out, playing with the support of her home fans. Always just inspires the Indonesian players to great efforts here in Istora Senayan.
Well, as you see, seeded 16, ranked 21 in the world. Got a bye in round 1. See, so far this year, well, it's okay. Quarter-finalist at the Singapore Open. Been around a while, hasn't she? There's Maria Fever, 25 now. Pai Po, the year younger, beat Neslihan Yigit of Turkey in round 1. As you can see, lost more than she's won so far this year. Quarter-finalist at the Canadian Open, her best result of the season. Last 16, the US Open. Lost in the first round here at the Indonesia Open in June. These two have never met before. And Kusu Mastudi will be the favourite, no doubt. Hasn't really fulfilled her potential. Highest ranking came back in 2010 when she reached number 18 in the world. Malaysia's Crystal Tan is our umpire, getting the players ready for play, and our service judge is Paul Buffon. Yeah, it was a fairly straightforward win yesterday for Pai Po, 21-11, 21-14. Maria Phoebe played in the World Championships last in 2010. That's when she was in the top 20 of the world. She lost in the second round that year. First World Championship appearance for Pai Po. Po making Mastadi wait a little there.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Maria Bebe Kusu Mastuti. And on my left, Pai Po. Pai Po to serve. Love all, play.
Second round match underway, and it's first point for Pai Po. You can see the scoring system is up and running without problem, without a hitch after the last match. Thought about leaving it. It was going in.
1-0.
I always would prefer the players to just leave it instead of trying this late-minute save, because now she doesn't really know whether it was in or out. She lost the point anyway. That is exactly on the line.
She left it this time.
Yeah. Missed that quite a bit wide, Pai.
obviously right behind Kusu Mastuti. One dressed up for the occasion, one or two I should say.
Oh, that's wrong, I think. She's keeping the shuttle.
5-1.
Pai, she can't understand. Challenge.
Pai challengers. Call
And
in.
this challenge actually came quite a bit late, but that was because Pai didn't look at the line judge. She was just so sure that it was out.
But, I mean, yeah. There's a need for an instant challenge, isn't there, really? But
I think it was the right decision by the umpire, because it was only when she was about to serve, Pai was aware that it was not her point, but it is now.
correct challenge from the Taiwanese player.
Correction out. Service over. 2-4. Play.